We're going to go into our Disgruntled Gamer Rant, where we talk about some random thing in the gaming verse and take a big dump on it.
Well, it's a deserved dump. Yeah. It's not a, we're taking a good game.
It's bad. It's always going to be bad.
Ed, let me just set up the scene.
Okay? I got a commercial for you too.
Okay. Back in 1995, was it 95 or 96?
This game was, I think, 96.
No, not this game. Not the game we're talking about. That came out in 99. I'm talking about the first one. The first
Resident Evil. Yeah.
Okay. So 1996, I would say 96. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Resident Evil 1 came out, right? Great game.
Yep, 96.
Horror, survival horror.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Loved it.
I mean, it puts you on the edge of your seat.
Kind of the first of its kind, really.
Yep. Basically, yes. It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Then the second one came out. All right. Great game. Still good.
Fantastic.
Double disc. 2 characters. Leon Kennedy. Yes, sir.
Better than the first one, I think.
Yeah. Hey, I like the first one better, but I can see your argument. Cool.
Yeah.
The third one, more terrifying because the guy's chasing you. Nemesis is on you.
It's very stressful.
I remember me and you playing this at night, and it was the guy busting through the wall and me and you going, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Also, then they moved over to the next generation for the Dreamcast, and they came out with Code Veronica. Code Veronica came out.
Decent.
Good game. But PlayStation said, you know what? We got one more game we need to put out before this is all said. What they did was they tried to mix Resident Evil, and they mixed it with what's that House of the Dead type shooting?
Grant, you want me to show you a trailer?
Let's see a trailer. Let's show the ladies and gents, a trailer of this awful game.
Let's do that. Let me know when you see that, Grant.
Oh, and the PlayStation 2 is coming out in 2 months. Look at that.
And this music was not in the game.
Okay, that's cool, because that brings me to my next point. This trailer was so short because they showed you all the good scenes in it. That was it. And it was still shitty. So what they did was they tried to do like House of the Dead type shooting. You had the bullets and stuff like that. And you could use the gun. Like if you had like the gun. Well, you better hope your gun worked, first of all. Otherwise, you're a SOL. But you can also use the controller if you didn't have the gun. So they try to set this up in a Resident Evil style story. Like, your character, he's flying over Raccoon City or whatever it is, and his plane, or I don't know if it's Raccoon City, but it's close to Umbrella or something. And then like his plane crashes, right? And this guy, of course, what do you think happens when this plane crashes? He doesn't know who he is. Oh boy. Anyway, so do you remember Resident Evil 1 whenever they made fun of the dialogue? How it was like, oh, you almost became a Jill sandwich.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was like that, but worse. Like it was the same kind of dialogue. Like it was so bad you can actually hear some of the tape, like the reverb in the background. Like it makes me think that this was filmed in these were the last people of the PlayStation 1 Capcom era. Like this is it. Like they were packing up, moving over
live action video, like in those games did not last long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And here's the thing is, it's like, and I can kind of see why, because the actors were terrible. It's kind of like they just picked up, like Albert Wesker. Do you remember when Albert Wesker, and they showed him, he had he looked, but like he was like, his game character was cool, but the way he looked like in person was like over the top. Like nobody's hair looks like that in real life. So anyway, you're going through and you have to find clues of who you are, and you find out who you are. And the guy you see is the tyrant, right? Or supposedly the tyrant. But guess what? He's in that thing like 1,000 times. And he's so easy to kill. Like you shoot him like 3 times and he's dead. And he's not the end boss. He's just there. Like he's just like one of the monsters. They try to combine all the monsters from like the other Resident Evils just to fill some space.
Yeah, this game was complete trash. I remember I was like, oh boy, Resident Evil, I'm gonna get it. And
the concept was cool. Well, here's the thing is, the concept was cool because I loved House of the Dead. I mean, that game's cheap.
Yeah, but it's different.
I know.
House of the Dead and this was way different.
But the thing about it is, you're thinking to I know, but when you think about it, you're like, Resident Evil with playing like House of the Dead? That sounds awesome. Yep. That sounds like a great game, right? No, it wasn't. And the thing about it is this somehow made it to release. How did this game get passed?
One of horrible decisions. All right, Grant,